Hi guys, my name is Ryan, the Frugal Analyst, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to live frugally by answering 6 simple questions before making a purchase. Now, the biggest benefit of being frugal is that you can keep more of your wealth, allowing it to grow over time, and basically leverage the power of compounding interest. And over time, you'll have a lot higher spending power and you can buy more meaningful things. So now let's go over the 6 questions, starting with the most important question, which is the purchase a need or a want? Now, a product of need is something that needs to be purchased in the short term. A want is something extra and can be purchased at a later time. If the product is a need, then we can buy it right away. But if the product is a want, we have to go to the next question, which is, does it give real value? There's a few different ways to evaluate value, and one of them is cost per use, and a good example of this is buying clothes. The sticker price is probably less important than the usage of the item. The more usage, the more value it gives. Another metric we could look at is the incremental value to what we already have today. For example, if I'm driving a car that's 2 or 3 years old, do I need a new car? Is there enough advancement or enough technology or value that I get by buying a new car, or should I just keep the car for a longer period of time and basically save money on that depreciation? Another good example is when people buy new phones every 2 years. Phones these days are really good already, and the incremental benefits year over year is probably very minimal. The next item is time savings. You probably heard the phrase time is equal to money, and that's true because time is opportunity cost. If you have time, technically you can spend some time doing something to give you more money. And what real value is not is when you buy something as a habitual purchase. For example, if you buy a cup of coffee every morning, that would be a frugal fail. Now, what could be a real value is if somebody were to buy a $5 coffee in the morning because they have an important meeting or they have an important exam right after. So real value can be situational. So is the purchase valuable? And if it is, go to the next question. If it's not, don't buy it. The next question is the big one, which is there a better price for the item? So there's a lot of ways to get better price on item. The big one is buying used. I bought my Dyson vacuum for $40 from Craigslist, and it works as good as new. There's always the sale season, so every item have their own seasonality, either based on the calendar months or a new product launch. Another way is to buy in bulk. So recently I bought 20 cans of chicken noodle soup from my grocery store because they were $1 each. And I did this last year and I was able to finish all the chicken noodle soup. So if you can buy in bulk and save, and if there's a good deal, then feel free to buy a lot at one time as long as you know that you can use the product. Another deal could be from an employee or a refer a friend benefit. When I built my desktop 8 years ago, I got my CPU for half off because I knew a friend that worked at Best Buy. So that's a great deal. For refer a friend, a lot of companies these days have a refer a friend benefit. So if you sign up using someone's link, you can probably get a discount. There's a lot of even clothing stores that basically if you invite someone to use your code, they can get a discount and you can also get a discount on your item. So that's starting to become a trend, and if you see it, use it. There's also special discounts and affiliate links to give you money back. So this could be websites like Be Frugal or Rakuten, or even in your credit card, they might have a section where you can clip coupons there, and if you make a purchase, you can get a percentage of that back to your account. So basically, when the price is cheap, you can buy it and it's a frugal choice. Otherwise, don't buy the item and move on to the next question, which is, can you pay using other income source outside of a regular job? So travel here is a really good example because when I arrived in the US back then, for 13 years, I did not use the airplane. And that's because I didn't have any money to travel. But since 8 years ago, I started signing up for a bunch of different credit cards to get the bonus points, and I basically travel for free, basically covering my flights, hotels, and car rentals. Another way to create extra income is to sign up for bank bonuses. I had a video where I made over $1,000 signing up for different bank accounts. You can easily Google it and see if any bank is offering a bank bonus. Another thing you can do is selling used items on Craigslist or eBay if you have an item that you don't need. There's also flipping items in high demand. I used to flip different products when they first came out. For example, when the iPhone came out back then, I used to be the first one to buy it with the intent of being the first one to sell it on eBay as well. Now that arbitrage does not really exist anymore, but there are people flipping different items, buying things on Craigslist and potentially selling it for a higher price. You can always make a YouTube channel, just like what I'm doing here right now, and make some ad revenue. There's so many ways to make more money, and recently I bought this book about over 100 side hustles. I haven't read it yet, but there's just a lot of resources out there on how to make extra income outside of your regular job. Now, if you don't have extra income, can you pay using your investment earnings? Now, I'm a prime believer that once you accumulate enough wealth and that wealth gave you enough interest and dividends to pay for your wants, then you should treat yourself well. The issue that people think about, well, it's the chicken and the egg problem. When you first start out, you don't really have as much wealth. I surely didn't win any money, and back when I was attending community college, I basically ate chili cheese fries at $2.25 because it had the best calorie to price ratio. Now, it's probably not the most healthy, but it's cheap. So basically, I think people should be able to use a portion of their interest income to pay for their wants, but otherwise keep saving and keep building up that wealth, so one day that wealth can give enough interest income to pay for our wants. If we don't have enough interest income, then move on to the next question, which is there any special milestone worth celebrating? It could be a new job, it could be a personal achievement, or it could be a life milestone. I think it's important to celebrate meaningful achievements so you can create a really good habit around big goals and rewarding yourself. Right now, one of my big goals is to hit 10,000 subscribers, and if I get there, I'll buy myself a new computer. And right now my computer is 8 years old, so it's probably time for an upgrade. But just having that goal and that reward when I reach it, then it'll propel me to have bigger and bigger goals so that it could give me the motivation to keep going and to keep getting better and better in life. So that's my 6 questions on how to live a frugal lifestyle. Now, there is a negative side of being frugal. Usually it takes time and energy to answer all 6 of these questions and calculate each purchasing decision. Now, I sometimes make the mistake of spending way too much time being frugal and not enough time making money. My friend used to call me penny wise and dollar stupid because I would waste too much time trying to save money and not enough time making more money. If I were to draw a chart on savings and the frugal effort, in the beginning, being frugal really gives you a lot of dollar savings. But over time, that dollar savings is trending downward, and at some point, it's not worth spending so much time saving money. It could be worth spending that time making more money instead. The other negative side of frugality is that some people mistaken frugality for being cheap. And it could be true in the lens of other people, but frugality is really a personal choice. It's about making our own decision to make meaningful purchases. I do get embarrassed when I clear the shelf to buy my chicken noodle soup, but I only buy it once a year, so no biggie. Overall, I believe the frugal lifestyle is beneficial for my financial health. Over time, it becomes fun to get the best deal, scrolling on slick deals all day, and knowing I bought something at the lowest price and probably beating other price-insensitive people. If you're not frugal, join the bandwagon. So thanks for watching. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe for more frugal videos. I'll see you next time.